It's a Fighter's Fest, a Survivor Series, this isn't chess. And I'm in full gear, but keeping my cards close to my chest. You claim to be the best, my revolution is to beat the best. And you in the Viper's pit with nowhere to go, so what's left?
What's going on, everyone? It's KB the Mark, and we are back with another installment of the Viper's Pit. Housekeeping. Always fucking housekeeping. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, push that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more uploads. AEW Collision. This is the third episode, 3 weeks in a row. I think they've hit home runs. Of course, the first episode is the first episode. The second episode, even though the ratings won't show, but I think the second episode was great. And the third episode of Collision, absolute banger. Dynamite wasn't good this week, but I think Tony Khan's up to something with Collision. I think Tony Khan knows what he's doing with Collision. Collision has been great 3 weeks in a row. Tonight, nothing different. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We started off the broadcast with the Owen Hart Foundation tournament hype package. Gotta hype up the tournament. There were 3 matches. I wanted to say there were 3. Let's see. You had Ricky Starks, Juice, Samoa Joe, Roddy, and Powerhouse Hobbs, Dustin. Yep. There were 3 Owen Hart tournament matches tonight. So we started off Collision with the Owen Hart Foundation tournament hype package. Great. We then kicked off the show with the AEW World Champion making his AEW Collision debut, MJF. He was going against Kip Morse, ended in about 2 minutes. MJF did what he had to do. He then cuts a post-match promo. MJF states that Canadians are unintelligent and demands the fans keep their mouths shut. MJF states that he was supposed to have the day off until he had to come to crappy Hamilton. MJF states he will beat anyone who walks out onto the stage and defend the AEW World Championship from anyone who is from Hamilton, and Ethan Page answers the challenge. Ethan states that MJF has no idea what he's capable of and states that his father moved to Hamilton and was lucky enough to get a job. Ethan states that his dad went on to be the president of multiple companies and says that MJF isn't on Ethan Page's level because Ethan Page isn't a bare minimum bitch. Listen, I love MJF. I love the heel character. I love everything about him. I love everything that he does. But sometimes you got to call a spade, and MJF literally does not wrestle. He does the bare minimum when it comes to wrestling. So great line from Ethan Page. Ethan Page states that he's AEW's champion and demands that MJF fight Hamilton's own Ethan Page, and MJF accepts. It then went into MJF versus Ethan Page for the AEW championship, and these two absolutely went in there, tore the house down. I'm wondering what it's going to look like on the ratings because this was already taped, so I'm very interested on what it's going to look like with the ratings. But as for the match itself was absolutely fantastic. MJF worked on the knee of Ethan Page. I thought Ethan Page had a great showing in front of his hometown crowd, but unfortunately he wasn't going to be beating MJF tonight. He was going for that ego's edge, and his knee just gave out. His knee gave out. MJF got the win. It's exactly what it should be. Give Ethan Page a nice showing in his hometown, but MJF gets the win. Hopefully we see more of MJF, more of Maxwell Jacob Friedman on our televisions, but this was a nice Collision debut for him. I was thoroughly entertained with not only the post-match promo, but the AEW World Championship match as well. They tore the house down. Next up, we had Dustin Rhodes versus Powerhouse Hobbs. This was the Owen Hart Foundation quarterfinal matchup. Powerhouse Hobbs got the win. I thought these two, Dustin Rhodes and Powerhouse Hobbs, tore the house down as well. These two absolutely went to war, but I would be remiss if I didn't point out the same thing that Salamander points out all the time. What's up with everybody bleeding? As soon as I saw QT Marshall slam Dustin Rhodes' head into the ring post, I automatically knew as soon as the next time we see him, he's going to be bleeding. This is the next thing you're going to see. And lo and behold, Dustin Rhodes was bleeding. Now I think about it, was it QT? Look, either way, Dustin Rhodes got his head slammed into the ring post. He popped up bleeding. Sometimes blood can be overdone on AEW, so I understand why Salamander says sometimes it just loses its how can I say it? It loses its power, basically. It loses the facade of when you see blood, you think, oh, this is a dangerous, or this is a serious injury. You see blood all the time, you get used to it. But these two tore the house down. Powerhouse Hobbs got the win off the spine buster. So I thought this match was absolutely fantastic. We then had Miro versus Anthony Henry, and absolutely fantastic. Miro did get the win. I thought this was Anthony Henry's best showing. He has been in a tag team with the Workhorsemen, and he has had some singles action here and there. But I thought this was his best singles showing, and Miro made him look like a star. I like the flurry that Anthony Henry had towards the end, and it was looking like he was really about to give Miro a run for his money. It looked like we were really about to have a nice little back and forth. Miro hit the super kick, locks in the game over. We go home. Nice showing for Anthony Henry. Miro is Miro. That's all you need to know. We then had Bullet Club Gold interview segment next. They were in the ring with Tony Schiavone. Jay White states that he doesn't like the energy of the crowd and Tony Schiavone. Jay White introduces the newest members of Bullet Club Gold. The Guns state that this is a new era in Bullet Club Gold. The Guns state that the reason they joined Bullet Club is because the Guns are the present and they beat all of the fans' favorite tag teams. Tony states that Bullet Club is banned from ringside. Jay White states that he has something to say to CM Punk. Jay White states that if the goodie in Punk's bag is CM Punk's AEW World Championship, leave it in the bag. Jay White challenges FTR for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Excellent promo. Nice way to introduce the Guns into the Bullet Club Gold. Jay White is Jay White, absolutely fantastic. I do like the line that what he said to CM Punk. Leave it in there. Really, I'm liking the fact that they're really trying to build up what's ever in CM Punk's bag. I'm here for it. I love it. Keep doing it. Keep building it up. Whether it's a title in there or it's nothing in there at all, and CM Punk just wants to, carry around a bag. Keep hyping that bag up. Salamander even said this. There needs to be like a world title in that bag, so when he unveils it, you're like, boom, wow factor. Love the promo from Juice and Bullet Club Gold. We then had Juice Robinson versus Ricky Starks, Owen Hart Foundation quarterfinal matchup. Ricky Starks did get the win. Great match between these two. Great match between these two. Juice Robinson and Ricky Starks have incredible chemistry. I can watch Ricky Starks and Juice Robinson any day of the week, over and over, every day. These two absolutely know how to bring out the best in each other. This match was nothing different. The drop down spot where Juice tripped Ricky Starks, perfect, excellent. And the way Ricky Starks won by shifting the weight of Juice on a roll up, excellent. Absolutely fantastic. This is a great way to kind of, not really, but kind of protect Juice, but also giving Ricky Starks a nice win. Bullet Club Gold came out after the match. They looked like they were going to surround the ring and beat down Ricky Starks until CMFTR came down and evened it up. Cash ran off Bullet Club Gold and they stood tall with Ricky Starks. Excellent match. I can't wait for next week whenever the match is announced, we are getting Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs, a rematch from a while ago where we were shortchanged on the match because it only went like 5 minutes. So hopefully we get about 15-20 minutes of these two, and these two tear the house down. We then had a Christian Cage promo next. Christian states that it's Canada Day and he's feeling generous, and is interrupted by the perfect 10, Shawn Spears. Spears states that he sees the TNT title is out of place and isn't on the champ's shoulder, and he's here to interrupt Christian to get his shot at the TNT title, and demands to speak to the champ. Christian tells Spears to speak. Christian tells Spears that he doesn't seize his opportunities and isn't dangerous. Spears states that everyone can be dangerous, you just need to meet the right person, and tells Luchasaurus that he'll see him soon. I thought this was great. I'm still going to stick to my guns and say that Luchasaurus will turn on Christian. Jungle Boy will realign himself with Christian, and it'll be Christian who will be basically the manager for a heel Jungle Boy. But fantastic promo. We had the TBS Championship on the line. Lady Frost versus Chris Statlander. The match was fine. I like Lady Frost. I'm hoping Tony Khan signed Lady Frost before WWE decide to get their hands on her, or even Impact gets their hands on her. She's done Impact tapings as well. I think Lady Frost has a lot of potential. I put her in the conversation with Willow. Tony Khan better get a hold of her, because if WWE does, they're going to turn her into a star. We then had the main event. Owen Hart Foundation quarterfinal matchup. Roderick Strong versus Samoa Joe. Winner faces CM Punk. Samoa Joe got the win. Absolutely fantastic. Samoa Joe got the win. These two absolutely killed each other, and Samoa Joe is going to be fighting CM Punk in a singles match. Can't wait for it. Roderick Strong looked very good in defeat, but you knew where it was going. Just like you knew it was going to be Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks on one side, you knew it was going to be CM Punk versus Samoa Joe on the other side. So I'm very interested. I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it live or anything like that. I think we're going with Ricky Starks, CM Punk, and CM Punk putting over Ricky Starks. But the match was fantastic. Samoa Joe grabbed a chair after the match. It looked like he was going to go attack CM Punk. Security came down. He threw the chair into the ring, went in and power slammed Roderick Strong onto the chair. Hurry up and left. Adam Cole runs down. They do a big stretcher job, and that's how Collision goes off the air. Great show. Great show. Way better than Dynamite. Absolutely way better than Dynamite. But that's it. That's it for another installment of the Viper's Pit. I gave Raw 6.5, Dynamite a 5, SmackDown a 7.5. I gave Money in the Bank 10 out of 10. Collision's going to get a solid 7. A lot of things could have been better. The Statlander match could have been better. Could have given Andrade more time to really get across his promo. It just really seemed like he was screaming. And I really could have done without MJF versus Kip Morris. You could have just had him come out, cut the promo first, and then have Ethan Page interrupting. But overall, solid show. I give it a 7. It was a very solid show for AEW Collision. But that's it, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to another installment of the Viper's Pit. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, push that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more uploads. Once again, I'm KB the Mark, signing off. Until the next one, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been balling for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't balling for free. My team be the shit, we ain't balling for free.